Hello guys, welcome to part 19 of Naruto Rebirth of the Yellow Flash. First of all, I want to say that this story doesn't belong to me, so if you want to read the full story for yourself, you can go down in the description to find the link to the original post and read the full story for yourself. That being said, let's get into the video. Naruto Rebirth of the Yellow Flash part 19. The Flash is reborn. When the flash of lightning was gone, Naruto was seen standing over the unconscious body of Samui. Genma was soon pulled out of his stupor and grinned before announcing while shouting, "And we have a winner! The winner of the Chunin exam is Namikaze Naruto!" As soon as he finished, the crowd started cheering for the boy. Watching him successfully use the trademark jutsu of the Yandame was enough evidence for them that he was indeed the legacy of the fort. Naruto looked at the crowd in surprise. They were cheering for him. Suddenly he could feel tears coming into them. What was he feeling right now? Why was he crying? Then it occurred to him it was acceptance, something he had craved, and now after 12 long years he had finally achieved it. He held the kunai tightly before pumping his fist into the air. This action caused the crowd to cheer even louder. Silently, he was wiping his tears while from his eyes. This was his moment, and nowhere in hell he was letting it going to be destroyed. He looked up at the sky and he whispered, "I did it, Tosan. Are you watching me?" Tucson means dead. At that moment, he could have sworn he could see a picture of Minato smiling at him from the sky. He then heard a soft voice that said, "I'm proud of you, my Shochi." He looked around, finally looking for frantically looking for the source before he shook his head and looked up at the sky, smiling. He then smiled before picking Samui up bridal style and taking her to the medic bay. Kage box. Now that is something I never expected to see again. You just had to have the strongest genin now tuning in the elemental nation, didn't you? You just had to have the strongest genin now tuning in the elemental nation, didn't you? A jokingly said, "Indeed, you are lucky. With this corp, there is war-winning talent right here." Orochimaru commented, "What can I say? We got lucky this time around. But Raikage Dono, your daughter was nothing short of amazing. That amount of master with the lighting armor at her age is fantastic, to say the least." Hiruzen replied, "That's true. Now then, we wait for a few moments before we announce the results." Orochimaru said, "I agree with the other notion, though I think both Samui and Naruto deserve a bump up to Jonin rank. They are all way too strong to be Chunins," A said as both Kage nodded. "Stands. Naru-chan really outdid himself, didn't he?" Kushina and Mito gasped. That he did. I never thought I would see that move again. It was fantastic." Joraya stared with a smile. "That is my student for you. Were there any doubt?" "That is my student for you. Were there any doubt?" Itachi said smugly. "As happy as I am that Nani-chan on, he sure does hit hard," Mito said as she rubbed her stomach where she had been hit during the match. "No kidding. I will have him cook me ramen for hitting me." Narumi groaned back as the adult chuckled at the knuckleheads in front of them. "So who do you think will get promotion?" Itachi asked. "I think Narumi, Mito, Hinata, Shikamaru, and that Karui girl will be promoted to Chunin, while Naruto and Samui will more or less be promoted to Jonin. That performance was way too high level to put in by Genin. Mikoto replied as the others nodded. Mikoto. Then on the other hand, several clan heads were already talking among their council in order to decide what to do with Naruto, the legacy of the Yandame, along with the Jutsu of Hiraishin and the Rasengan. Clavin had a lot of political weight. Nearly every clan decided to try and put him under the Clan Restoration Act and have him marry a girl from their clan. This was going to be the main topic of discussion in the next council meeting with Daimyeon. Who would have thought someone of his talent would have left behind legacy who was equally talented? The Wind Daimyo asked his current counterpart. I wonder, I, I wonder just what else he can do. What are you going to do, Shiro? The lightning daimyo asked his fire country counterpart. Now that he has revealed his identity, I don't doubt those hungry council members will try crossing him into marriage. Well, Minato, I may have failed him in upbringing. But I certainly wouldn't fail him now. 2 years as a guardian will do him a good world of good and will give him a chance to stay away from the politics here, and he and that Nara will make good addition. The fire daimyo thought before saying, indeed, I wonder what else he can do, though what I will do remain to be seen. The fire daimyo replied. Back to the arena, all of the competitors were waiting in the arena for the final announcement of the day. Hiruzen then stepped forward and said, Guzi Unun, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the matches. Me, along with the other Kage, have decided the candidates to be promoted will Hinata Hyuga, Mito, and Narumi Uzumaki, Nara Shikamaru, and Karui please step forward. All five of the aforementioned Genin then stepped forward and partially waited for the Hokage to continue. The Kazekage then stepped forward and continued. Orochimaru knew that his plan had been foiled, so it was no use trying anything. Now, he had to continue and stand up, reading proceed without being caught. You five have shown excellent skill, teamwork, planning, making you eligible to become Chunin. Congratulations, Orochimaru said as he handed the Genin their new vest. Will Samui and Naruto Namikaze step forward? Hiruzen called out after both of them came ahead. A stepped forward at the display of planning, skill, and combat power. We have decided to promote both of you to the rank of Tokubeto Jonin, fresh new Jonin. As also Naruto, as the winner of the Chunin exam, we have a special headband for you. A said as he handed both of them their new vest, and Naruto received his new silver headband. It was then that the fire daimyo stood up and said, I quit, quite like the display I was shown today, and it is because of that I wish to offer Namikaze Dono here a 2-year contract with the 12 guardians. What do you say, Namikaze Dono? Everyone was shocked at this. If Naruto accepted the offer, he would become the youngest guardian ever. The civilians, however, didn't want him to leave since they thought he could be in danger. Naruto, on the other hand, was weighing the pros against the cons. If he did take the job, he would not only gain a lot of experience, good skills from the other guardians, but also the favor of the daimyo. Not to mention that he would finally be able to be up his training for the next evolution of the Sharingan. In contrast, the only drawback is that he had to stay away from his loved ones. Naruto then looked at the daimyo and said, I humbly accept the offer to become a guardian daimyo-sama. May I ask when I am expected to report in? Next month. I want you to relax and set your things straight before coming to the capital. Also, Hiruzen, I will be taking my leave. It was very interesting to watch this final. The five daimyo said as he and the other two daimyos left. Naruto nodded and then, along with the other, left. He was interrupted by his mother, who said, "Come on, Naruto, we are celebrating your promotion. Let's go." Naruto nodded before following her. Uzumaki Mansion. Jiraiya, Kushina, Mikoto, Itachi, Mito, Narumi, and Naruto all were sitting in the lounge and were chatting, eating a little snack and having a few drinks. Well, Gaki, you really outdid yourself. I can already see the council going bonkers on it. Jiraiya said as he took a sip from his sake bottle. It wasn't that much, Jiraiya-sama. I have been working on that move for nearly 7 to 8 years. I got this down thanks to Ma's help. I am really happy. It feels that I am newly expected closer to Tosan. Tosan, Naruto replied with a smile. But Nichan, what that was really impressive. You threw that kunai then whoosh in a yell of lightning, and you took that Samui girl out in a one hit. Narumi excitedly said, "Yeah, Nisan, can you teach us?" asked Mikoto with puppy eye jutsu. He felt his defenses crumbling. Truth be told, he didn't want to teach the Russian to anyone. It was a clan jutsu, and until he had kids, he wouldn't give it away. Until he had kids, he wouldn't give it away. Fortunately for him, Kushina came to his defense and said, "You wouldn't be able to learn it, girls, because that move requires you to be at least a level 8 master in space-time sealing. What you are doing is barrier style." Both of them grumbled, but nonetheless agreed. It was then that Mikoto started hugging Naruto and saying, "Well, Naruto-kun, how does it feel, and what were you searching at the end of the fight?" "I am happy, Oba-chan. At the end of the fight, I thought I heard Tosan saying he was proud of me. I was looking for the source from where the sound came," Naruto answered as he smiled softly. Kushina looked at him in the corner of her eyes. She was slightly saddened that Naruto was more comfortable around Mikoto than herself, but knew that he would come around with time. They were interrupted when there was a knock on the door. Mikoto is Sarui's mother. Sarui and Itachi's mother. Itachi went over and opened, revealing it to be his old teammate Anbu Cat, or else known as Yamako Uzaku. "What's wrong, Yui?" asked Itachi. The adversary called for a council meeting. Namikaze Dono needs to be present. Yugao answered before she disappeared into smoke. Itachi then sighed before going back in and telling everyone what had transpired. Everyone then smiled before making their way to the council room. After everyone had gathered in the room, Hiruzen motioned Naruto to stand next to him before saying, "All right." Then Hamui and Korohu Why did you call the meeting? We would like to discuss Namikaze-sama's decision to join the 12 Guardians. We have decided that he should not go and should stay in the village. Also, there is the issue to place him in the Clan Restoration Act since he is the last Namikaze. Hamura said. Naruto, would you like to answer? Hiruzen said as Naruto nodded. I would first like to say that I don't care what the council thinks about my decision to become a guardian, and second, regarding I already know of the Clan Restoration Act, but I wouldn't take any of the girls you old fools have decided. I will only marry the girl I have feelings for and who feel for me, Naruto calmly answered. You should reconsider this, Namikaze-sama. Koharu tried to reason. And why should I see reason? What surprises me is that you still have the guts to show your face to me after what you did to my childhood. I wouldn't be listening to anything that you say. Naruto snapped back. Very well then. We shall let you go. However, will it be possible for you to teach your jutsu to our shinobi? Danzo asked. Rejected. They are clan secrets. I have no intention of giving them away, and don't assume you can let me do anything, Danzo Dono. Let me do anything. You can let me do anything, Danzo Dono. My loyalty are with the Hokage, not with you or anyone else. I will protect this village just like my dad, but that doesn't mean I will suck up to you. You and your civilians want respect. Earn it first. Naruto stared. Listen here, you brat. One of the civilian council members tried to say, but was cut off when a golden chain went through his stable. You were saying? Kushina sweatingly asked, causing the shinobi to sweat drop while the civilian gulped. Shinobis to sweat. Naruto then turned to the Hokage and said, Gigi, I don't see why they are here. All the decision is shinobi related, so why are they here? You are right, Naruto. Anbu, please escort the civilian to the exit. This meeting isn't yet over. Hiruzen said. The civilian gulped as they were forced to leave. When they were gone, Naruto turned to Hiruzen and said, So, Gigi, two topics of the agreement, what's left? Well, Naruto-kun, there have been a few clans that are interested in marriage contract with you. Hiruzen said, I'm sorry, Gigi, but I will have to reject all of them. Like I said, for the CRA, I will marry, but only those who I have feelings for. Naruto answered as Hiruzen nodded. You brat, those contracts will be good for the village. Danzo started, but was once again cut off by Naruto, who said, So what? What good has the village done to me that I should do good for it? The only thing I ever received from this village was hate and scorn. The only reason I am here is because of Gigi, Itachi Sensei, Mikoto Oba-chan, my mother and sisters. Don't forget that one-eyed eye. It was because of your counsel my life was hell. We didn't do anything, you brat, Danzo snared back. Naruto was beginning to piss him off. He was so much like his father. If he got any more power, it would be dangerous for his place. As if I would believe that. Now, is that all? Gigi asked Naruto. Not quite, Naruto. The last thing is for you to vote on who the next Hokage should be. Being honest, I am too old for this. The options we have are Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kushina. Who do you think should we choose? Hiruzen asked. I think we should choose Tsunade. She is the descendant of two Hokages and will be able to take the mantle of at least a few years before we would need a new Hokage. Also, during that time, you should train Kushina Don, Kushina Dono to take over until Tsunade retires. Naruto said. That is a good idea. Any objection? Asked Hiruzen. Well, no objection. Hiruzen looked at Jiraiya and said, Jiraiya, you are to retrieve Tsunade. Yeah, Tsunade, use any method necessary. Jiraiya nodded before leaving. After this, Naruto left and returned to his home. What surprised him was that Samui was waiting for him. Samui-chan, what are you doing here? Naruto asked, surprised to see his love interest he thought was already gone. Naruto, I need to tell you something, she said. Naruto then nodded and opened the door and let her in. Both of were sitting next to each other. Both were staring at each other. Both of them having a different set of thoughts. What does she want to talk about? Naruto thought, but didn't press the issue on since he felt it was big, as Samui wasn't someone who hesitated in saying things. At the same time, Hiruzen and along with Yugito and Itachi were watching the scene with a smile. The reason they were here was to discuss a political marriage involving Samui and Naruto. A had overheard Samui talking to Yugito about her feelings toward his rival's son before giving her his opinion. She immediately rushed to Naruto to tell him how she felt. The time she had spent made her the happiest it had in years. Along with the Yugito reach Hiruzen's office where Itachi was waiting. A then received what had transpired and his wishes to have a political marriage when both kids were of age. Hiruzen then immediately took out his limen so that they could see what was happening with the kids. Back with Naruto and Samui. So a political marriage. Nice one. This is so uncool. Okay, Samui, you can do it. Kiss his cheek and tell him. She mentally amped herself up before moving her face towards his cheek. Naruto felt her move and at that moment turned his head towards her. All of a sudden her lips connected with each other and lightning sparked around their bodies. Soon they broke away and Samui looked at him with wide eyes. I she tried to explain but was cut off when Naruto placed a finger on her lips and said, I love you. You are the first person my age who wasn't my family and accepted me. True, true is I fell for you when I first saw you from across the street. Samu smiled a true big smile once, which was very uncharacteristic of her, and she then, in a very unstable whispered, I love you too. All my life after my dad died, I kept myself reserved and cold. You somehow broke all my mental barriers and reached my heart. I felt for you after you rescued me from those wolves. Both of them then stared into each other's eyes and slowly and willingly both eager forward and then kissed. After that, Naruto took her hand and led her to his room where they began their normal massage to talking routine. Massage, nice. Intention of them is separating, they both slept together. Instead of instead of them separating, they both slept together. It was after a very long time that both Samui Yakushi and Naruto Uzumaki slept without the nightmares affecting their past. That's all for part 19. First of all, I want to say that if you want to be notified for future parts, subscribing is the best way. That being said, I have to see you in the next one. Bye bye.